Welcome everybody to finally the first episode of this damn podcast. We finally did it after so many test runs and mock episodes. We're finally here. Now this is still episode 1. There's still some ironing out to do, but gradually as we get more episodes in, we'll get better. To the right of me, I have a gentleman that I have known for a long time. Please, everybody, welcome Joel Peterson, everybody. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right, thank you. I'm doing all right.
Having a good Saturday?
It's all right.
Nothing crazy today?
Nothing crazy, man. Just a good old relaxing Saturday.
Yeah, honestly, same for me. Just to kind of cue in and to give everybody just a little piece of ourselves, because, I mean, as episodes come out, y'all will get to know us. We met in the 5th grade.
In 5th grade, yep.
At Longfellow Elementary, which is not an elementary anymore.
No, it's a handicap or a place for people with handicaps or
disabilities.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
It's a job place. It's basically a giant building for those people to have jobs and work and, have a living.
Oh, it gets them jobs.
No. They go there and work.
Oh,
okay.
It's
like a big school business type thing.
It's
really
right.
nice. It's
yeah,
really nice.
Yeah, I'm glad they made that building.
They actually used it for something instead of just a giant empty building. Dude, I hate those.
Yeah, because that building is pretty historic. Longfellow Elementary was a school for a long time. I've talked to people that are 50 and 60, and they're like, I remember going to Longfellow.
Yeah, my mom's best friend, dude, she taught there for 20-something years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dude, yeah.
It was a nice place.
Just a straight out gangster first grade teacher, bro. Just gangster, dude.
And you could tell when you go in there, you could tell that building has history. And by that, I mean, like, it looked old, but it had character.
Yeah.
It had character because before I met you, that's in 5th grade, I went to Hawthorne Elementary, right, from grades kindergarten through 4th grade. And Hawthorne is like that big, flashy, or at least back then. I don't know about it now, but it was like it had 2 levels and 2 playgrounds.
Ugh.
Like 4th and 5th grade played up on the hill. Kindergarten through 3rd grade played at the bottom. They were having like Skyforce come in, like all the glitz and glam.
Man.
So for me, it was like going from Weenie Hut Juniors into straight the Salty Splatoon.
Yeah, dude. You
like, I swear to God, my first day, I saw like 2 fist fights at recess.
Yep.
Tackle football. Like, this is stuff people weren't doing at Hawthorne Elementary.
No nets on the soccer goals?
None. Nobody even played soccer.
No, dude, it was just a fight.
It was football.
It was just a fighting arena, dude. I loved it.
But it builds character, because like I was just like a little weenie hut coming in there. I was like, okay, where's the bowl of nails? Let me start eating that, because look, but I like that I grew up like that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To toughen my skin a little bit.
Yeah, you went in there and all you heard was the Goofy Goober theme song in the background. You're just like, la, 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 la. And then all of a sudden you just watched a 5th grader knock the shit out of a 4th grader, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, this ain't Hawthorne.
Like,
huh?
I got to start moving a little different.
Yo, I gotta walk with a strut.
I can't stare at people too long here.
No.
But it was fun. And you had everybody, all races. Or what were welcome.
Oh yeah, it was a very diverse school. I would say there was I'd say the Caucasian was the minority in this school.
Yeah, for sure. We were definitely minority, but that's great because
oh yeah, dude,
growing up like that, learned to love everybody.
Yeah, because our other best friend was Ethiopian, so we got real close. Yeah, we got real close with him and learned about his culture and everything.
And I always grew up like I've been apartment living my whole life, so like. And there are always those apartments with like Africans, Asians were there, the Spanish folks, whoever. And Longfellow was great. And then from 5th grade, we went to Patrick Henry together, which was a nice middle school.
It was a nice middle school.
I can't complain. I cannot complain. And funny thing is, what team were you on in 6th grade? Do you remember?
603.
Really?
603.
Yeah, 6'3".
Yep.
Oh
6'3".
Man, did you have like a animal that they gave you? I don't remember.
What?
Remember you were like the 6'3" like wizards or like the 6'3" zebras? Dude, that was a thing.
I went 6'3", 7'3", 8'2". The only thing that I remember about that middle school, which was popping, were 2 girls were straight up brawling over our bro.
Oh, yeah.
Remember our brother, dude? Dude.
They had and it was lunchtime.
It was lunchtime, yep. And these women went at it.
Yep. I honestly remember that so vividly because they like we were sitting down, just imagine us just young as hell, just cheeky face,
just nibbling,
no facial hair, nothing,
no tats,
nothing.
I was just a little naked.
And they started to brawl at the entrance or
at the
exit.
Yeah, the exit or entrance
and then
way.
they like started fighting,
and then
they
it went
fell
down.
the
Yeah,
stairs.
they fell down the stairs, bro.
Yo, and then I
wild.
think like a lot of students like collected in that area.
Yeah, no, everyone, dude. And then it broke out. It broke out into like
bro.
Twilight teams, bro.
Yeah,
it was either team this or team that, and then like if you weren't on either team, you were just like outed, bro. No one was like, oh, they're like, oh, you're the outlier.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah.
Pick a team.
Nah, yeah, we were on the team of our homie though. We were like to have like 2 women fight for you in like 7th grade or what it was. I was like, okay, you doing something. But they literally fought for him, and it was crazy to see. They got like office referrals or something.
I remember they fought for him, and at the end of it, they went over to him, and he picked neither of them. He was like, I don't want neither of you ghetto-ass women.
Yeah. And funny enough, like the last time I talked to him, he's like Mormon now and has like kids, and he grew up. He grew up. So, I always wish him the best. He is the homie. But after Patrick, then it was high school.
Ugh.
Freshman year for me, I went to Lincoln. And then I transferred to Washington sophomore, junior, and senior. The reason was, honestly, just back then I was young. I had some friends like, hey, come over to Washington. Come on through. And I was like, oh, okay. Let me try Washington.
I had a bunch of friends at Lincoln, so I stayed at Lincoln my freshman. And then my sophomore year, I stayed at Lincoln. And then at like towards the end of it, I was just like, oh, shit. I'm going to have nobody. I'm going to have no friends because they're all graduating because they were all seniors. And I was like, I'd have no friends. I have no one to be here with. I need to go to Washington because I ain't going to Roosevelt. Okay, so then I went to Washington.
Right, Roosevelt would have been a bad choice. Nobody there. At least I don't.
Nobody. Oh no, I knew one guy.
Oh, one.
One.
Yeah. But switching to Washington, you had a lot of friends going there.
Oh,
and then you made friends.
I had a bunch of friends at Washington. And then after Washington, we basically were adults.
Yeah, honestly, you went to right after that. Where'd you go?
I went straight to the Army.
Yeah.
June 14th.
Yeah.
Remember it like the back of my hand. Sitting on the bus.
Did you sign the paper that day?
No, I signed at 17, and my dad was like signing the paper, and the dude was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And my dad looked at him. He's like, "This is all he ever talks about. This is what he's gonna do." And the recruiter was like, "Oh."
Now, don't take my ignorance as disrespectful here. Is that when you signed at 17? Is that the pictures that I see people of like holding their hand and they have like? What would you call that guy?
No, that's just period. So that's called MEPS, and what that is.
Okay,
and
but they're like in civilian clothing. Though.
Yeah, that's when you.
Okay.
It's like
and there's like American flags in the back.
Yeah, it's like a doctor's office, right? You go through this big doctor's office, and they test you on goddamn everything. They made me walk on my tiptoes. They made me like bend my knees and walk weird. They made you do all this crazy stuff because they wanted to see how you were. If you had metal in you, out. If you had this problem with you, out.
Yeah.
If you had this problem with you, out.
Really?
And
they were that.
And they hunted for you to see if you could get out. So like,
wow.
So like, I'm adopted, and they wanted to know who my biological parents were.
Right.
I had no idea who they were.
To see like.
To just like track everything, right?
I see. To see if there's like any ailments genetically.
Straight up told them, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not adopted.
Oh, really?
I was like, I'm not adopted.
Straight up. Those are my biological
I was like,
parents,
that's my mom and dad.
Yeah.
And the best part is, I look just like my mom, so you can't dispute it.
Right.
You can't be like,
you don't
wrong.
think the government would be able to find some information if they wanted to?
I mean, if they wanted to.
They didn't because you served. But
yeah, no. Like, we had a dude in our platoon. He had straight metal rods in his leg.
Really?
And they didn't find out for like 2.5 years.
I see.
Until like he did his physical halfway through his contract, and they're just like, you have metal in your leg? And he's like, what?
But they kept him because it was like, he's already 2 years in.
No, they got rid of him.
Oh, they did?
They got rid of him. It takes forever.
Was it,
it takes forever to get rid of him.
Other than honorable discharge? Or did he get
No,
honorable?
it's just an honorable. The only way you don't get an honorable discharge in the military anymore is if like...
You just quit?
Is like you kill people. Like,
yeah, but then it's dishonorable though. Like if you're...
Not all the time.
I know not all the time, but...
We had a dude. There was a dude who sold drugs.
Yeah.
Honorable.
I
was like,
what?
Wow.
It's like, you get all the perks and benefits of serving for some people make it a career.
Because
years.
When you get dishonorably discharged,
Oh, it's like a felony times like
bro.
2 or 3.
You won't get hired at McDonald's. You won't get hired at Burger King, bro. You were ostracized. You were treated as a leper back in the day, bro.
Right.
You were, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, especially if you do it, and if you do like
because it's jail time.
Right. They have a military jail, or is it a military prison there?
Prison.
So
like you go, depending on like what you do, then they send you to prison, and then you do prison time, and then they let you out.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, piece of shit, and you're just like, yep, all right, okay, solid.
Yeah. Okay. So you did 4 years of that, and then after that, you just came out working and.
No, I did 8 years. I had a 8-year contract,
that's right,
so I did like 4 years active, 1 in the National Guard, but I did that in Minnesota.
Oh yeah. I was because you were living in an apartment and I lived like right by you, and then I just come over and you'd have to gear up for the weekend and
I just gear up,
head to Minnesota,
and then I'd be like, "Hey, watch my dog," and you're just like, "What the fuck?" You get like the text message at 3 a.m. because I was 4-hour drive and I had to drive all the way out there, and then you'd like wake up at like 7:30 and be like, "What the fuck? I gotta watch your dog."
Yeah.
But like, and then I joined then it was basically just inactive reserves for the rest of my contract, and I just.
And then just out.
And now I'm fully government free.
Yeah,
I guess
absolutely.
I guess you could say
absolutely. So, but then you bought a house too.
Yep.
And then
just fixing it up. Just fixing it up. That's all I'm doing.
And growing up, man. Yeah, now we're 26, dude. We just took y'all through a timeline that took years to go through, but in a matter of 10 minutes was roughly explained.
Yeah, and then what? You went to college.
Yeah, I went to STI. I got a quick little business degree. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't have went, but I did that for my parents. We're refugees, and refugees coming into America. They're like, dude,
they were very stricken. They're like, you learn violin, and you learn piano, and you learn geometry and calculus and physics.
Luckily, my father wasn't that strict. That very respectable man. I love the hell out of him, but
it scares the absolute shit out of me.
Very nice guy, though.
Yeah, super nice dude. Nice but he like, if I'm gonna be honest. If I see him walking down a dark alleyway, I'm gonna be like, fuck that. I'm taking the sidewalk.
But that's cool though, because like nobody would mess with him walking.
Oh yeah. No,
he's cool.
But he's super nice.
Him, he won't mess
like
with
you like he looks super scary, but like once you get near him, he'd be like, do you want the yogurt?
Dude, yeah. Growing up, I had no choice but to just be a good kid. Like growing up with like
the fear of the belt. Yep,
right,
same here. Same here, bro. The fear of the belt.
And like I was only disciplined a very, very finite amount of times because growing up with just a mammoth of a
father
that just would look like, Blend, get over here. I love you.
Yeah, even his I love yous, you're just like, ugh, shit. What are you sure, Dad?
Like my child, and I'm an only child too, so like I had to get a degree. So I did, I finished that quick 2-year degree. It has helped a little bit because, business degrees, a lot of people say are worthless, which they kind of are, but they're decent in terms of like getting, like it's a general degree, so you can get general jobs. Like you could work at a bank, you could work as a receptionist. You could get, one step.
You could get a foot in the door.
Right, exactly.
And then basically you would climb the economic ladder.
Yeah, of like the company that you work for, But yeah, I finished that, and then that was back in. I enrolled in 2018, fall of 2018.
2 years ago, you graduated.
And I graduated during COVID because I didn't walk.
Yep.
Because I could not walk.
Yep.
And which was kind of sad because my mother would love to see me walk, but everything got canceled because I would have went if we walked in 2020. But then they said, okay, the graduating class of 2020 can walk with the 2021
But
kids.
It was weird. It was weird, though, because...
Screw that.
Because I remember you were like, hey, I'm on spring break. And I was like, lit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, 2 weeks later, I'm still on spring break. And I was like, that's weird, dude. Isn't spring break only 2 weeks?
Right.
And then you texted me again, like 4 weeks later, and you're like, still on spring break. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then that's when they were like, COVID. And I was like, what?
What TV shows did you grow up with?
Oh, dude, the most gangster of all gangsters.
I know. I feel like, please list a few, but before you do, I feel like we grew up in the best era of TV shows.
Oh, for television? 100%.
Children's television specifically, but television as a whole, probably too.
Cartoon Network, banger. Nickelodeon, banger.
Even Disney Channel.
Disney, banger.
Even Hannah Montana is one of my favorites. Love Hannah Montana. That's just one of the few. But like cartoon-wise, what did they have?
Wait, what the fuck? You liked Hannah Montana?
Loved Hannah Montana.
Bro, okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about Disney. Disney. There's one Disney movie that is goated above all Disney movies. Do you know the movie?
Sky High?
No. Fuck you. No. How fucking dare you?
It's a good movie,
it's a good movie, but not goated.
Disney?
Yeah, it starts with an H.
Animated?
No. Live action. Starts with an H.
Live action.
Like,
I was going to say Hercules, but no.
Nope.
No, also.
Nope.
H. And you're certain I've seen it.
If you haven't, after this podcast, we're going to go goddamn watch it.
H. I don't know. Tell me. As soon as you tell me, I
Halloween Town.
Oh, Halloween Town High.
Halloween Town. No.
Is that the
there
second
was Halloween Town. Halloween Town High. Don't you dare tell me Halloween. Dude, there were so many. There were so many good. Yes, I think it was.
Okay.
There were so many good Halloween on Disney, bro. I got obsessed with Halloween.
Wow.
I loved Halloween.
Oh,
and then it
I love Halloween to this
Then
day.
it trickled down to the emo and goth girls.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's a wrap. I was like, they got me.
You love those goth mommies, huh?
I do. Bro, goth mommies are my favorite.
We'll get to those goth mommies, but yeah, keep listing shows because
Kids Next Door.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Don't even.
We gotta pay our dues to Kids Next Door, bro. That is one of the best cartoons. Oh, I even played the PlayStation 2 game of it.
Oh,
dude, I loved it. And then, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
They even had a little snippet where Agent 4 had the Super Saiyan hair.
Yeah.
And he was, I don't know if he was fighting Freezer.
I remember on the computer, you could go to Cartoon Network, the website,
and play the video games.
And then you could make your own Kids Next Door member.
God.
Bro,
your own agent?
My own agent. My mom, I'm pretty sure, has 600 copies of different agents of just me. And every time I printed it, she'd always be like, "Oh, you look so good." And I was like, "You wouldn't understand."
They did not understand. And also, a little caveat: the movie of Kids Next Door was
number one. Was a banger.
Was number one.
They didn't have to go that hard, but they did.
Spoiler alert! But hey, the movie's been out for forever. But Agent 1's father was Agent 0.
Yep.
Oh,
yep. Bro,
what?
That's what makes me so mad, because literally all television is today is they just take the good, goated, great TV and just fucking piss on it.
Oh, bro. When I was growing up in my 16, 17, I was seeing shows come out like Dog with a Vlog and other stuff like that. I'm like, man, this is some brain rot I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's gross.
Give me Jimmy Neutron. Give me Billy and Mandy. Give me
Jimmy Neutron.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents had the greatest crossover episode in history. I don't give a fuck.
That they did. They had the crossover, but remember that Fairly Odd Parents episode? It's my favorite episode they've ever done. Is where they go through the channels and they're in Scooby Doo. They're in fucking Power Rangers, I think, and they're just surfing through it. I love that.
I loved Power Rangers. Watch shit out of Power Rangers.
Mighty
Watch
Morphin.
the shit out of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh,
I thought Yu-Gi-Oh was the coolest thing as a child,
my
bro.
God, you said this to me one time. How lit Yu-Gi-Oh actually is. Tell me why. And what is the creator's name of Yu-Gi-Oh? The dude passed away, but he died in such a stoic way. He saved somebody drowning in a lake or river.
Good for him.
He saved the child. The child survived. He passed away. But I used to know his name because it's always printed at the bottom of the card. But anyway, episode 1, Yugi is battling Kaiba. At the very end, Yugi has his grandpa's cards because something happened to his cards, or he didn't have a deck.
He didn't have a deck.
Right, so he has grandpa's
cards.
Or
he did, but Kaiba took it, or something happened to his deck. Yeah, something happened to his deck.
And his grandpa's like, "Here, Yugi.
He's like,
use my deck."
He's like, "Take the deck."
And it's full of level 1 or 2 monsters, and
it's just a garbage deck.
Kaiba knows is how are you gonna beat me with that deck, Yugi?
He's like, "I already have your grandfather destroyed."
And this is when Yu-Gi-Oh could place just Blue Eyes with no tribute.
Yep,
motherfucker just has 3 Blue Eyes on there.
Yeah,
and about to blast, but then, at the very end, with the heart of the cards,
Yugi
baby, has 5 cards that wins him the game. It's freaking Exodia, the strongest monster you can have in the whole series, in the whole show. Episode 1, last battle.
It was the funniest thing too, because how they filmed it, bro, was so funny. He's like, "You think you won, Kaiba?"
Yeah.
And he whips out the card.
He
and he's
draws it like this.
Oh, draws it
like this, and then
and then his little weird
his little hand.
Then his weird little
right.
flip when he shows it to Kaiba. He's like, "You're doomed."
And it's the head of Exodia, and he's like, Exodia, obliterate, and then you just see Kaiba like, ah.
Oh yeah, Kaiba like puts his hand out, and like it's just like it's just bright white, and he's like, ah.
As a child, you are screaming. You're waking your mother up at like 3 a.m. Don't matter what time you watch the show, you're in shock and awe. And
losing it.
That started the love of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it was Yu-Gi-Oh. Yep. We had Yu-Gi-Oh! Kids Next Door.
Mm-hmm.
Teen Titans.
Oh,
OG Teen Titans.
Too. Like, oh, dude.
Yep.
The graphic style that they used, the voice actors, the episodes were just so nice.
But this is what's crazy. Everyone was like, bro, Starfire, right?
When it was Raven.
But the older you get, bro, I'm looking over at Raven and I'm looking at Jinx. Do you remember Jinx, the pink-haired girl?
I don't.
She was on the
I do.
opposite.
She had like ponytails?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is.
The pigtail things or whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what's up, Jinx?
Yeah.
And all my friends were like, bro, Starfire. And I was like, bro, Starfire ain't shit.
Right.
Ugly.
Right. It's all about Raven, baby.
It's all about Raven, bro.
8 years old.
Bro, you telling me?
Looking at a comic.
Yeah, bro. Or Starfire's sister, bro. Darkfire.
Ooh, you're bringing back memories that I've had chambered in my head for years.
Dude,
that I've never even.
Teen Titans, solid.
That's a great one, actually. That's like damn near level with Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah, and then what else did I watch?
Did you watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Yes, I did.
watched that one a lot.
Dude, did you know I just heard something about
cheese,
this?
I
This
love
is crazy.
cheese.
You remember Coco the bird thing?
Yeah.
You know who came up with that?
Who?
Was a kid, and he was stranded on an island after a plane crash.
Really?
Because the bird is everything that was on the island, like a plane,
way.
a coconut.
Yeah.
The
it was
little,
like a
like-
little palm tree head. Yeah.
The birds that were there, the palm tree.
Yeah.
And it's weird because Coco would just, when they needed something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the group would be like, oh, we need a grappling hook. Coco would be like, "Bah, bah," and then boop, grappling hook. Do you know why? Because he imagined that his imaginary friend would
Could
help him
produce
survive
everything.
and produce
Okay.
everything that he needed. So he'd be like, damn, your boy thirsty.
This is lore you get outside of the show, right? This is
Yeah.
not stuff that they explain.
I don't think
yeah.
so.
Because you remember the tall one, Wilt, that had like no hand?
Yeah, but I think that was an episode.
That was an episode where his person, but I think they hint that it was Michael Jordan. Like it's
Yeah.
like one of those things where you don't see his face,
Yeah.
but I think he had the jersey. I could be wrong about that.
Oh, Dexter.
I haven't watched that in a while. Oh, Laboratory?
Dexter Laboratory. Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Even though that's crazy, I was a dude and I was just like, yo, Powerpuff Girls kind of fire.
Dude, yeah, I didn't give a damn, bro. That's why I loved Hannah Montana too. I know. I'm pretty sure you didn't watch these, but like Zoe 101, I love.
Wow, how dare you? I watched the shit out of Zoe 101, bro.
I love
Zoe was
101. Zoe 101. But now we're getting to Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon had some fire, bro.
Yeah,
Zoe 101.
The backstage of all
We'll
that
talk
was-
about that because I want to get into that a little bit. But Zoe 101, iCarly, and my favorite Drake and Josh.
Drake and
dude.
Josh,
Oh my, Drake and Josh is absolutely
insane.
one of the best TV shows ever created. I don't care what anyone has to say about that. It truly is.
It was
has
good.
comedy that is actually funny.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you just a little strip that's hilarious. So, part-time gig, I work with airplanes, right? And like, it's just a funny episode with me because like, so Drake and Josh go on a flight.
Yep.
Drake gets sit next to two hot models, right? And like at some point he starts making out with them because that's Drake.
Yeah,
right?
it's
He's
Drake.
the guy
Yo,
that gets some models. And then Josh is like, oh, let's see who I get sat with. And then two just heavy set people come and sit next to him. They just crunch him, and he's just like tight. And the funniest part is they bring a bucket of fried chicken and they start eating it and just passing it, and they're like, this is good, this is good. They start using his shirt to wipe their mouth and everything. And then the dude goes like, Mabel, bring the pies out. And then they just bring pies out and they just start eating in front of him too, and they're using his shirt, so he's like blueberry on his shirt. And I'm like, oh my God,
one of
that's
my
hilarious.
favorite episodes is, as a child, I built a treehouse with my old man in the backyard.
Okay.
And then the Drake and Josh episode, when they go build the treehouse, and Josh is standing there and he goes, Drake, and Drake's like, what, Josh?
Yeah.
And he's all like mad at they got in a fight, and he goes, where's the door? And Drake's just like, it's right there.
Right, it's right there.
And Josh is just like,
go through it.
where's the door?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't understand. And he's like, it doesn't open, Drake. And just like freaks out on him.
But then he tells Drake to try to go through it. He goes through it, hits his
Oh
head.
yeah,
And
he's like bops himself into it. Oh, dude, I loved it.
He loved it, dude.
Loved
Drake
it.
and Josh is absolutely an amazing show, but it has some, I don't even want to call it drama, but just some sickening things that happen in the background, dude. Sick.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's also Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was,
Hollywood in general too, though.
Yeah.
Hollywood in general too.
Yeah, it was
just
bad.
while Dan Schneider was creating gold, the dude, allegedly what he was doing backstage, I don't know if it's confirmed, but it's pretty much confirmed. You're having like everybody come out,
Yeah.
but he never served like any jail time or nothing. But he's just weird.
Yeah, he's a horrible boss from
Weird.
what they were saying.
Yeah,
they were
and-
just
and-
they said
and-
he was toxic.
And just an uncomfortable work environment, and it's like, oh my goodness.
yeah,
As
like
a
do you
kid,
remember?
You never knew.
Okay, do you remember the guy who played Spencer in iCarly?
Oh, are you talking about the video where he like puts himself in the middle in between them?
He literally went out and was like, "Bro, I stayed behind to protect the kids."
Yeah. Honestly,
Like, damn.
that dude's a nice guy for doing that.
That's
a great
insane,
guy,
bro. Like,
a great guy for because he must have knew. Why would he stay?
Why would he stay
When
if
he didn't,
Yeah.
if he felt comfortable, he would have left.
Yeah, dude, he would have
You
left.
know?
It's just like a job. Everyone's just like, "Okay, boom, clocking out."
He would have
But
left.
like most people, if they see some like fucked up
Right.
shit, dude, they're gonna be like, "Nah,
yeah,
nah."
no, that's honestly
That's the problem
insane.
nowadays. A lot of people don't. A lot of people
And-
nowadays are just like,
And he was
not my problem.
and he was into feet, and he would just have like the cast members just
Yeah.
have like their naked feet on there. And then one
Yeah.
time I saw something to where like, and it was during, you know how iCarly's like a website,
Yeah.
and like how it kind of almost broke the fourth wall in that sense. Like,
Mhm.
hey, go to iCarly.com
Yeah.
when you're watching, and you'd go. There was like one time where he had like kids for a segment send in their feet pics.
That's
So they'd have to get their parents to take pictures of their feet, and their feet would get sent to iCarly.com and just for them to see.
that's fucking weird,
Yeah.
dude. That's
So
it's gross.
no good. The
No
TV shows
good.
are great, but what happened behind the scenes, I can't mess with.
Nope.
I do not
Mm-mm.
support such things
No,
at all.
hell
Come
no,
on, now,
bro.
man.
I got
So-
kids, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't, bro. I monitor what the fuck my kids
You
watch.
have to.
Which
you
is
have
which
to.
is so dumb to me. Growing up in an era where my mom would be like, "Go the fuck outside and don't come back till it's goddamn dark,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Damn,
Yeah. I had no iPad.
no iPad,
You had no phone.
no phone. I had nothing." My mom was like, "Get on your
Nothing.
bike,
Right,
bitch," and I was
right.
like, "Okay."
My parents were a little not controlling, but more, you know.
You know, go outside.
No, they didn't want me, you know, they just didn't want me to get hurt. I'm their only
Yeah.
child, right? So
Yeah.
they always thought the worst in every situation, which I get it.
Yeah.
But like I had to come back at like 8 p.m., but I still had to like come back at 8 p.m. before it got dark out.
Yeah, but my parents,
You know?
dude, my parents grew up
Yeah.
harsh.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Dude,
Bro,
they grew
my
up with
dad-
sticks and rocks.
My dad grew up. My dad told me a story how poor he was, about how sometimes for days he wouldn't eat and he'd
Mhm.
feed his little brothers before him, right?
Yeah.
Or he'd like help his family in any way he could, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now my dad just don't give a fuck. Now my dad's just like,
Oh yeah.
my dad
Sitting
don't
well.
give a shit.
Sitting very well.
Oh, dude, my dad's sitting on top.
So
You don't give a fuck about anybody,
No.
dude. He's just
No.
like, he's like, I'm retired now.
yeah.
He's like, I'm old. I'm done. I lived through like 4 wars. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
chilling.
And my parents would tell me stories all the time when they were kids. Like they literally didn't have like any technology. They had
Oh, yeah.
livestock and a home, and
Shit.
everything else was just imagination.
Welcome
so
to the Midwest.
they take rocks.
Yeah.
They take rocks and just throw it at a wall. They just thought
Mhm.
that was fun. Or they'd play like a
Mhm.
rock game where like you flick a rock and there's like 4 rocks, and if you like flick 2 or more, you win.
Yep. That's
But-
why my parents didn't care, dude. My parents were just like, go outside.
Oh man,
Like you don't understand. And I was like,
it's insane. We'll never be able to understand that era. Because I also do feel like we grew up pretty well in terms of the era too, because we grew up in the late '90s,
Yep.
like '97,
Mhm.
and then you know, growing up,
Early
we started to
2000s?
see
Yeah.
we started to see technology
I
come in.
think mid 2000, like around 2008 is when shit just got fucked up.
08.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean there was like that housing recession that happened.
Just
you
shit.
know.
Just everyone just got fucked. Kids didn't see it, but the adults did.
Oh yeah.
And I'd see it on my parents' faces.
But like,
as
what
a
do you
child.
mean? Do you mean like as in like just tough times or
Just
like
tough shit. Just like
But then we were able to, you know, like rebound after a few years
Yep.
later too, and then that's when I feel like technology really had the boom.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, technology
Especially
got lit, what,
because we're
2010, 12?
I couldn't pinpoint an exact year, but it was around that time, and it was around the time we started getting into VR. When we started getting into VR, I was like, okay, look, we're getting into the point to where like you put a headset on, you're gone for 48 hours, you come out dehydrated and damn near dead.
Yeah.
And AI is that's probably what's going to take us out. Let's be real here. I don't even think it's a war anymore. It's going to be a robot. Yeah, a robot that turns on in the middle of the night and just hacks you.
Well, good problem, because everyone in the world basically thinks the Midwest doesn't have anything. I genuinely got asked by a dude, did I ride a fucking buffalo to basic training?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm on the same bus as you, you dumb bitch. I'm sitting right next to you. What do you mean did I ride a buffalo?
Yeah. I don't know if they actually mean that, though, or just as a joke, because that is a Midwestern joke.
They genuinely believe that we are not as technically advanced as people. Like they think that like we still have like one car for the family, and then we all just like gather in, and then like we have a drive-in movie theater, and we do all this like
or a horse parked out back.
Yeah, and like gas and stuff. It's
like
weird.
that one SpongeBob episode where they like had seahorses.
Yeah, it's just
and
weird.
And the dude tried to put a quarter in a seahorse.
Oh yeah, Patrick was just like,
I think it was just like a regular extra. You're talking about the one in the dream, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one where, but the seahorse kicked the dude. Yeah. It was like a random dude.
Oh, it was a random dude. He was like, why are they going in here?
Yeah. And then you just hear the seahorse like, nay, right? And then he gets kicked.
Just yeet. I remember.
SpongeBob is actually goated too. That's either on Codename Kids Next Door or above.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one that I don't know if you've seen, but I absolutely loved it.
Challenge me.
Shaolin Showdown.
Oh, Two-Ton Tunic?
Two-Ton Tunic!
Yeah, bro. Come on. Of course I saw it. And then whenever I think of Shaolin Showdown, I think of American Dragon, Jake Long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but Shaolin Showdown is very, very underground, dude. Not many people know.
Oh yeah, dude, that's underground, baby.
That's underground. Show. I don't even know. I don't know how many seasons they had, but that was a nice show.
Because I found it on Amazon Prime.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I watched the shit out of it.
Yeah, because the story of it was like they'd have to beat that villain, right?
They had to like collect.
They had one thing to collect every episode, but they had to collect them all, right?
Yeah, they had to collect
and
everything.
then at the end of it, they would use that to their advantage to beat the dude.
Because the villain was doing it.
Right.
And they would like, and like the villain would get sometimes. He'd get something. And then sometimes they would get him.
He'd have like that ghost following around, like, do it.
He's like, yeah, do it.
Finally, because they were chasing something. Well, they were chasing the objects that they would use.
Yeah, the objects. And then I remember the Two-Ton Tunic is probably the most. Like,
that was episode 1, was it?
I think so.
Okay,
and then there was the time tiger claws or whatever. He'd like slash it and he'd like dip through it into a portal and he'd like come out somewhere else and like punch the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now everyone's just like Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer, and I'm just like, ugh.
Just want to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for the very first episode. Right now, we're not really on a set schedule. However, we will.
We'll be at least.
We will be.
We're not sure.
We will be.
If it's gonna be every Saturday, we're gonna make a video and then post.
Maybe every Monday, just to start everybody off with the week.
But we'll have a video for you every week.
For sure, I think we can manage once a week, and then I want to get it to where like we're doing twice a week, 3 times a week, and then because I don't want to stay stagnant, even though. We could make 1,000 episodes of us just talking.
Just talking, yeah.
Easy, especially if we like bring topics or like look at what's going on in the news and give our opinions on that.
Even if you guys have ideas, like you want us to do crazy shit, just let us know. Honestly,
right?
In the comments.
And that it's a good thing you say that because I want this to be like. Not only do we do the podcast where we just sit down for like 30 minutes, 45, but I want to do challenges in terms of maybe like a truth or dab where we
just funny shit,
eat spicy shit, or maybe like a wheel of not torture. I don't
wheel of threats. I don't know, but just if you guys have ideas, just set it in the comment section. Let us know. You know what I mean?
Hit us up. I really want to do? You seen Silent Library? Yeah. Get some people we're cool with to come on here.
Yeah.
And just to do, I could host it and then be a part of it. But anyway, these are just ideas we're throwing
out. Anything you guys, want to see, think would be cool, just let us know,
Absolutely. But we just want to thank you for your time. And this was episode 1. It's in the books. It's in the history books, ladies and gentlemen. Please come back for episode 2. This is going to be on all platforms.
It's just going to get better and better from out here,
truly.
honestly. So just let us know,
Truly. We just had to get that first episode out of the way. So now we're now we're cooking with some fire here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you very much. We wish you all well, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.